Hey everyone, this is Mabel from Girls on the Money, and I am here to introduce myself. Who the heck am I? So I went to a conference this weekend, and a friend of mine mentioned that I do not share my story in my Instagram, or in general. I haven't really shared my story much. There is a blog post about my story in investing in my blog, girlsonthemoney.com. It's one of the first blog posts on there, but besides that, I do not really introduce myself very often. So I'm here to do just that. So as you know, my name is Mabel, and I am the founder of Girls on the Money. My background is that I am originally from the Dominican Republic. I was born there and I moved to the States when I was 9, so I was very young, and I've been here for over 20 years. And I went to public schools all of my life, from elementary school through high school and even college, because I attended a state university. So I didn't even go to private schools in college, thank God, because they're expensive. But anyways, I discovered the stock market for the first time when I was around 19 or 20 years old in a course that I took in my senior year of college, or the semester before I graduated, called Investment Analysis. So the purpose of the class, and many of you might have taken a course like this in the past, was simply to teach us how to analyze individual stocks and make investing decisions. And there was a contest in the class in terms of who would have the most profitable portfolio at the end of the semester and all of that. I didn't win the contest, but I did win something incredibly valuable, which was the passion and interest in investing. Before that course, I had never in my 19, 20 years of life had heard about the stock market. I come from an immigrant family, as I just mentioned. My parents did an amazing job teaching me the basics of personal finance, such as do not overcharge credit cards. Be responsible with credit cards. I remember my dad specifically was extremely responsible with making sure he paid his cards in full every month, and he kind of emphasized that over and over again. And for some reason, I remember him emphasizing that over and over again throughout my youth. But besides that, in terms of investing and stuff like that, I had never in my life heard about this. So I was blown away when I found out that the average person, people like me, you, anybody, can become a part owner of companies that we constantly, interact with, companies for which products and services we constantly use, major corporations, that we, the average person, me, an average person, could become a part owner of these businesses and grow wealth over time by doing that. So I was completely blown away by that, and that's where my passion for investing grew. Now, this was around 2004, 2005. I wanted to start investing. I actually switched my major to finance, or made my degree concentration in finance before I graduated. So I did what I needed to do because I fell in love with the investing world. But long and behold, and many of you might attest to this, is that getting a degree in finance is very different from hands-on investing or hands-on finance. And so I graduated with the passion and the drive and the hunger to invest and the degree, but no clue whatsoever how to do investing on my own. And so I fast forward 3 years. So in those 3 years, I knew for a fact I wanted to start investing, but I didn't know how, and I figured I will figure it out along the way. So I was saving money. I was being very responsible with my finances, because I knew that I was going to need money to invest, and that eventually I was going to do it. So interestingly enough, in 2008, at my corporate job, I met a coworker, actually somebody that was newly hired, that ironically was sat right next to me. So I feel like the universe sends you the things that you constantly think about, the things that you desire, at the point in which the timing is perfect. It might sound corny or cliche, but I really believe in this. So because they could have sat this person anywhere in that office, that person could have been in a completely different department. I could have never had the chance to interact with them, and who knows if I would have ever started investing. But my point is that this person had been investing since he was a teenager, and so he sat next to me, and I usually have made it a point to talk to people about investing, even if I sounded crazy. Like, to me, it was such an interesting topic that I will bring it up in conversations. So with this guy, it was no exception. So I brought up the topic, and I was like, oh, I want to learn to invest. Like, do you invest, or are you interested in investing? And long and behold, he's like, I've been investing since I was like 16. Like, anyways, so he taught me everything he knew about hands-on practical investing. And the rest is history. I think the next day I opened my first online brokerage account, and I have been investing since. So I opened my first online brokerage account and bought my first stock in July of 2008. And if you guys were around in 2008, you know that fast forward a few months after July, maybe September, October, that's when the market collapsed. So I got a sense of starting to invest when the markets were at all-time highs or very high, and then I got to experience what it felt like for everything to crash. But instead of becoming scared about it or freaking out, I became extremely excited, because I knew that what it meant that I could start building my portfolio with companies at a deep discount. So to me, it was an extremely great opportunity. So this is just a side note. This is what I tell people when they bring up the fact that, hey, I want to start investing, but what if the market crashes next month? What if it crashes? It could crash. It could happen. But guess what? You will have the knowledge already, and you will know to see this as an opportunity as opposed to freaking out. And this is why you start slow. This is why you pace yourself. This is why you don't go crazy with your first investments. It's a learning curve. And whatever happens, if the market continues to go up, you benefit. If the market crashes the next month, you benefit, because you get to buy things at discount. So this is my answer to that question, because I lived through it and I experienced it, and that is why I say that. And so the rest is history. I've been investing for over a decade, and it has been by far one of the best skills I have ever learned in my life. And Girls on the Money was born because I noticed that a lot of my female friends were not really investing, or they would not be interested in talking about investing. And most of my investing conversations will take place with men. And this is still common today, still the norm today, unfortunately, or whatever. But with Girls on the Money, I do want to make a change and motivate more women to get educated and motivated to invest. And the way I do that is mainly through breaking down investing to its simplest form, so that someone that is just starting out and might be confused can understand what everything means, to the point that they feel excited to start investing and that they start their investing journey. I feel that a lot of people, women or people in general, may stay away from investing, one, out of fear, because they don't understand how it works. They think it's only for the rich people. They think it's only for people that have parents that are rich. None of that is true, or that you need like a fancy degree. None of that is true. Investing is available for the average person to grow wealth over time. As long as you have some income coming in and you can afford to allocate money towards quality investments, you can participate and see how incredibly valuable that can be in your life. And so that is my story, and Girls on the Money was officially born in 2014. I had the idea for the company in 2013 when I was at another corporate job. And in 2014, when I graduated with my MBA in finance, I decided to start this business. And it's been growing slow and steady, and it's been an amazing experience. I've come so far since 2014, and I'm excited for what God is going to bring me in the next years, in the future. I feel that I was given this mission to teach this stuff to people that might not otherwise be exposed to it. And I take that mission very seriously, and I'm very passionate about it. So that is my story with Girls and the Money. I am an immigrant. I am Dominican. I am not, a Caucasian man that works in Wall Street. I didn't go to Harvard. I went to public schools all of my life. I am an average person. I grew up in the Bronx, by the way, Bronx, New York. If you're familiar with New York and you're familiar with the Bronx, you know that the Bronx is a place where, people are maybe less affluent than the rest of the state, right? A lot of, people, low income and a lot of economic issues overall in the Bronx. I grew up in the Bronx. And so I say that to say that being financially stable, you know, being good with your money is not something that's reserved for the rich. It's accessible to everyone. It's okay if you're getting into debt, if you're getting into trouble, and maybe you feel like, I'm not there yet, I don't know if I can invest. It's okay. Know that there's a way out, there's a way through, and that you can become financially stable and have peace of mind. You just have to focus and do the work. It is normal to be in debt, to be broke, to be struggling financially. Be abnormal, be weird. You don't have to follow the crowd. You can be different. And there's resources, there's strategies, there's plenty of things you can do to educate yourself so that you can move to the next level. And if I can be a resource to you to help you get to the next level, I will be more than happy, more than thrilled to do so, because I feel that is part of my calling to do so. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed my story. I hope this wasn't too long. If you have any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer them. And thank you for being part of the Girls and the Money community. I love it when I get more followers or more people contacting me, because it means that I get to spread this knowledge to more people and offer even more value. So if there's anything that I can share, any data, any information that you think might be useful, let me know. I'll be more than happy to do more videos, generate more content around it. And that is that. Have an amazing day, and thank you for watching. Bye.